What a great way to start off the show. Downswing, their latest track, For What It's Worth. It is Peaches here on this fine Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. I keep laughing at those stupid reels. Those dumb AI-generated videos. I know they're AI-generated. AI slop, if you will. There's always that one person that has to point that out in the comment section. I can't believe they're using AI. Makes me upset. Let me comment AI slop to really show my opinion. Obviously, I'm against AI, but I'm also against dumb comments on the internet. And that right there is one of them. Or they put the GIF of the circle with a line through it that has AI in the middle. But people are just making these stupid AI-generated videos of different celebrities or different notable figures, like Martin Luther King Jr. talked about that one yesterday. I've seen the ones of Bob Ross now, where he's just getting mad at messing up the picture he's painting. He's stepping on the canvas, screaming words I can't repeat here on the air. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I was reading something off the air when we were doing the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, talking about how Taylor Swift used AI to promote her album, so she lost 1 million followers on Instagram. Let's see, how many followers does she have? I'm going to guess right now, 52 million followers. All right? Taylor Swift, 281 million followers. As a matter of fact, her proposal pictures now have 37.6 million likes. That's absurd. What would it be like to have an Instagram account where you just get that many likes? And she has all of her comment sections turned off. I wonder if she told her team to do that. I'm scrolling down here. There's no comment section whatsoever. There's one comment on one photo, and it's her own comment, adding on to the very long caption. I wonder what her comment section would be like. How crazy people would be in there. Because if we get dumb comments from time to time, my favorite thing in the world, speaking of dumb internet comments, are those people that completely ignore the post and they just go on to say something ridiculous. Like, let's say if we said something weird on the air and somebody else posts in the K-Bear group something about how like a show coming to the area or something like that. And then sure enough, there's a comment that has nothing to do with that post. They just commented, Peaches and Victor said this on the air, or things like that, you know? Just make your own post. Join the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group as well. Join the fun in there. It's Peaches Pit Party. We'll continue here in just a few on K-Bear 101. So usually in the morning when I get here about 8 a.m. all the way to around 11:50 a.m., I'm in the Cannonball 101 studio with the door open because if you close the door, it feels like a sauna in there, and I want the cool air from the hallway making its way into that terrible studio. And so I hear every conversation in the hallway, even if I don't want to or not. But Josh from Classy was talking to Victor about this game called Baby Steps. I guess that's the new thing. Wasn't there a video game where you would try to climb to the top as fast as you could, and there was a lot of people who failed it, so they would rage pretty hard at it? I forgot exactly the title of it. There was It Takes Two. That was another popular video game. Well, I wanted to talk about video game cutscenes when it comes to a game like Baby Steps. If you skip every cutscene in Baby Steps, the video game, it punishes you with a secret 30-minute cutscene where the actors break character. One of the lines from it says, "I miss Uncharted. I wish they'd bring it back." So I decided in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group just to ask a dumb question. I don't know if I should make this my official to Peach their own question. I just wanted to see what you had to say about this type of thing. Like when you play a video game, do you skip every cutscene? Do you skip most of them? Do you not skip them at all? I had this complex voting poll get made in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. Because I knew if I just simply typed in yes or no, there'd be some people saying, well, I watch some, but I don't skip them all. So I put Do you skip cutscenes in any video game you play? Yes, all of them. Yes, most of them. No, I watch some. No, I watch them all. Those are the options there. Go vote. K-Bear 101, Idaho Rock and Metal. Let's continue here with our Rockin' Halloween Haunted by Juice City Vapor. We got some King Diamond. It's Voodoo. Well, today, National Bathtub Day. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Saw that and went, sure, I'll talk about it. You want to talk about bathtubs? You like bathtubs? You like baths? Maybe that should be my to each their own question. Do you take baths often? Call in. Gross. I'm sure there's a radio show out there somewhere that's legitimately taking that seriously, and they have a full, in-depth conversation talking about it. I'm sure there's a particular local station with a speed dating feature that would ask something like that. Do you take baths? Oh, I try to. Ooh. I use Epsom salt. Could you imagine? You break into my home and you see me trying to fit into my bathtub. There's soap everywhere. The bathtub I currently have, it sucks. It's this tiny little old yellow colored bucket almost. I of course only take showers because if I tried taking a bath in it, I'm afraid I'll get stuck. And with the way that my hip has been hurting me, I'm afraid I won't get out. I'll have to crawl on the floor, slither out of the bathtub, slither out of the bathroom like a fat snake. I was going to talk about something else, and I got so distracted by National Bathtub Day, a good day to soak in a tub. Yay. As part of our K-Bear Rockin' Halloween Haunted by Juice City Vapor, 9 Inch Nails came back haunted. That's right, 9 Inch Nails. They're going to be in Salt Lake next year. If you missed them this year back in August, they'll be back. And tickets for that show go on sale tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And I'm sure they'll be going like crazy, very similar to Sleep Token. I was thinking about it. Like, what would be the craziest ticket sale tour? Sleep Token, 9 Inch Nails, Bad Omens. Now, who could be a third band on that lineup that would do even crazier numbers? Maybe Tool? No, not Tool. I did see Youngblood. His tour got announced. He'll be making a stop in not Salt Lake City, but it's very close by. It's not technically Salt Lake. It's at the UCCU Stadium. Never even heard of this place before. In Orem, Utah. Yeah, Youngblood will be there next year. Find that show on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. I saw for his specific Radio City Music Hall show, there was like 11,000 people in the queue. I mean, I experienced the same thing, even worse, with AC/DC at the Rose Bowl. I was like 47,000th in the queue. It was awful. I wish we had a connection to AC/DC just to be like, hey, can I get tickets for this show? Thanks. Appreciate it. But unfortunately, they have to be. My dad had to be the biggest fan to possibly the biggest rock band on planet Earth, AC/DC, you know. Everybody knows them. Or at least if they say, I don't think I know them. You play them one of their songs, and then they go, oh, yeah, I've heard that one before. I mean, Back in Black has been played in quite a lot of things, too. Anyway, check out that concert calendar. riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Again, that shortcut is also on the channel apps, K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball. Click on concert calendar. It'll take you directly to it. This band is going to be in the area on October 20th. One of the heaviest shows that I have ever seen get announced. Lorna Shore with the Black Dahlia Murder, Shadow of Intent, and I believe there's one other band on there. And Ben from Shadow of Intent, he had to fly back home because his wife was about to give birth to their second kid. So they did this instrumental set. I don't necessarily know if he's going to be back on the tour or if he's just going to stay home and the band is just going to do an instrumental set. I don't know, but Shadow of Intent rules. Lorna Shore is who I'm talking about. Here's Unbreakable. Flag football will become an Olympic sport at the 2028 Games in Los Angeles, and the NFL is looking to get in on that action. Commissioner Roger Goodell said that there's interest in both men's and women's leagues, and that they hope to launch both in the next 2 years. The demand is there, Goodell said. We're seeing colleges in the States and universities internationally also that want to make it a part of their program. If you set that structure up, where there's youth leagues going into high school and the college and then professional, I think you can develop a system of scale. There's that to be talked about there. The dream of a 72-team March Madness is not dead yet. The NCAA is looking at an expanded version of the men's spring tournament for 2027. A new report says that plans are inching closer for what would see a massive expansion of the first 4 games that are played on Tuesday and Wednesday before the bulk of the tournament begins. There would be 12 play-in games across 2 days at 2 sites, giving fans even more March Madness. All right, Puckheads, you're back on the clock as the 2025-2026 NHL season starts tonight, featuring a triple header of games on ESPN. Be on the lookout for the Chicago Blackhawks and Florida Panthers, which will also feature the Panthers raising their Stanley Cup banner. The Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Rangers are next, followed by the Colorado Avalanche and Los Angeles Kings. My Kings with the late game there. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. You want to talk about smells? If you said no, well, sorry, we're going to. Somebody asked the question, what's the best smell in the world? A lot of different answers here. You get the same old usual ones like vanilla, lilacs, jasmine, roses, pretty much any flower, really. Then you see people putting bacon. What else is there? Libraries, old books, onions and garlic sauteing in olive oil. And then you get, somebody wrote, an infant's head. Sweet and soft, pure love. What are you talking about? What's the best smell in the world? An infant's head. Who do they interview? The purple people eater? Like what? The worst one on this list has to be freshly ground coffee. I cannot stand that smell. Really, it's awful. What's this? Petrichor, the earthly smell of rain hitting dry soil. That's good, I guess. Cookies baking, yeah. I float to the kitchen like one of those cartoon characters. Somebody else wrote puppy breath. What are you talking about? The best smell in the world. Puppy breath. Oh, what a terrible answer. I might need to ask this question for to each their own, see how many freaks we get with that question. Writing answers like, an infant's head, sweet and soft. Oh, I never realized how important a water tower is to most people. You know, this Friday on Memorial Drive, they're having some sort of Idaho Falls water tower tribute block party. Yay. I mean, any excuse to celebrate, right? I'm not trying to knock this whole celebration. I just think it's funny that we're talking about a water tower, and this whole thing is going to celebrate the old and new towers one last time. Do you want to bet money someone's going to cry saying they grew up with the old water tower? They're going to hate to see it go. I think I was talking to Josh about potentially getting a piece of the water tower. Just put it here in studio. But then he was like, yeah, you got that lead paint and asbestos. Justin from 105 The Hawk made a great joke just not that long ago, talking about showing up to the this party here with a water tower fathead and cheering it on, you know, as if it were like some sort of sporting event, caring about a water tower. I mean, that was the hot topic in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group for most of the year. Just people saying, oh, the new water tower's ugly. Meanwhile, there should be the same type of energy when somebody breaks up with another person and then gets together with somebody new. The replacement's ugly. Go back to the old. Could you imagine how crazy that would be? I guess there's going to be a fireworks show as well. Wow, so they're really going all out for this whole water tower thing. Do I really want to go out and check that? Is parking going to be that bad? Is it going to be a hassle to park for a water tower tribute party? Yeah, I feel like it's going to be pretty crowded. I mean, I'm looking at the event here on Facebook. There's 1,400 people interested, 97 going. Do I have any friends that are putting going on this? Oh, there's one. That's all that I can see. Other people just put interested. Yeah, this Friday, 5 to 9, celebrating the water towers. Woohoo! There's something to do in Idaho Falls. Back when I was a kid / teenager, my family and I would go around and boo people, not, actively go boo to them or jump out at them. We would fill up these baskets with different candy and small little toys type of thing, little knickknacks you would get from a place like Dollar Tree or Five Below. We'd fill up these baskets with all that stuff. We'd drop it off at somebody's door, ring the doorbell, and run away. And they're not supposed to know who it is, right? Well, you can't really do that nowadays thanks to Ring doorbell cameras. And someone's bound to see me running away. And I feel like around Halloween time, there's a chance of snow. And if you try running, ding-dong ditching somebody when there's ice outside, it's going to end poorly for me, at least. I don't know about you. But I guess these boo baskets are back and bigger than ever, thanks to TikTok. It started out as this, the whole thing that I just mentioned, where you would just drop it off, ring someone's doorbell, run away. They would open the door, see the boo basket. They would have to hang the note on the door that said, "We've been booed," and they have to boo then somebody else. But now this whole thing has evolved into this full-blown gift-giving ritual, like Easter baskets and Secret Santas. People are making boo baskets for friends, partners, kids. I mean, that's pretty cool. I know, what was it, last year for Halloween? Might have been last year for Halloween. Might have been the year before. No, it was last year. I think it was last year when I was so bored and I had this giant fear of missing out on everything when it came to Halloween, because I literally had nobody back then, that I bought a whole bunch of those Terry chocolate oranges and reverse trick-or-treated and just dropped them off at people's places. It was a weird thing, but it was at least something to do on Halloween, because, I'm not going to get any trick-or-treaters. My street is scary enough, because I'm in the ghetto side of Idaho Falls. It makes me laugh every single time somebody mentions I live in the ghetto area of Idaho Falls, like they've never been to the ghetto in their life. They just assume that side of Idaho Falls is ghetto and scary. Anyway, let's move on to Fit for a King with Shelter on K-Bear 101. Peaches Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I always like to make sure that I play it safe on the air. I like to go the extra mile. And if a song is called, I'm not going to say the actual title. Never mind. I'll call it The Darn instead of the actual title. Or I'll call it Highway to Heck instead of, the actual title. Just to sort of make a joke. Because I never really know what's safe, what's not safe. So I'll be the extra clean guy talking on the air. Just to make sure I don't cross any lines whatsoever. So this story, I'm going to work my way around it. This one woman, she was so mad at her ex-boyfriend that she decided to throw this particular thing, a good amount of this particular thing on his lawn, all over his lawn. And these things are good for women throughout the course of a year at specific times, if you catch my drift. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the word. I don't even want to try. I feel like I shouldn't be in trouble for saying this particular word, but I don't want to risk it. The thing I'm talking about, well, you can buy a pack of them for $22 at Target. You can buy a pack of 100 of them at Target. And this lady decided to, I'm assuming she bought a pack of the 100 count and just threw them all over the lawn. And I'm sure the guy was like, okay, must have been Deborah. She's wacko. Clearly I'm right. I mean, look at this. I mean, wouldn't he be the one winning if you were to do something like that? Like, let's say you're the woman in this situation. You go, I know a great way to get back at my ex. I'm going to go to Target, buy a 100 pack of this specific item, and then go to his house, making sure he's not home, and throw all of that stuff all over his lawn. He's going to wake up in the morning. Most likely he'll do it at night, and probably he has a Ring doorbell camera. So then there's a video of you already putting that on the lawn. If he doesn't have a Ring doorbell camera, he just comes outside and goes, oh, what's all this? Why is this all over my lawn? He'll take a picture, and I feel like he would already know in his head after doing some thinking, like, oh yeah, must have been Deborah. She's crazy. Then he goes onto social media. Hey guys, Deborah decided to throw a particular thing all over my lawn and thought it would ruin my day, ruin my week. That's not really a thing you get. That's not really a petty thing. It's kind of lame. Okay, I know you can do better than that. What you got to do is you got to like go to DuckDuckGo, sign up their email for a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe go to a AT&T or Verizon store, put in their phone number on the display phone, start texting them from those display phones. Is that illegal? Maybe that should be a question for traffic school, powered by the advocates. Anyway, let's move on from this. Got some young blood changes here on K-Bear 101. You know, life is pretty boring when you're looking up what bathroom mats last the longest. I've had this bathroom issue, or should I say multiple bathroom issues, for quite some time. Luckily, I got a brand new toilet. My girlfriend inspired me to send in a maintenance request because the toilet itself was getting pretty old. When I first moved in, it wasn't all that bad. And then sure enough, it's gotten worse and worse as time goes on, and nearly almost 5 years later, it's gotten real bad. So put in that maintenance request, got myself a new toilet. So now I'm all inspired to really redo that bathroom. Part of me, honestly, really just wants to send in tons of maintenance requests for different things. Like, there's this particular fan or vent. I don't know what it is. I know it's caked with dirt and disgusting things in there. I don't know what's in there, to be quite honest with you. I'm kind of grossed out by it. I've told you before, the apartment I'm in, it's disgusting, and I want to fix it up. I want to redo the whole thing, but at the same time, there's a thought in the back of my head that goes, if you upgrade everything in your apartment, all of a sudden I'll get that rental increase notice. We feel it's necessary to raise your rent by 50% for no reason at all. Sure. But I'd rather live in a crappy apartment than live in one of those that has like laminate flooring and monthly check-ins, and you pay like $2,000 a month. Those buildings are popping up everywhere. There's a particular part of Idaho Falls, I drive by them, there's like 6 of them being built. It's quite sad to see. They all look the same too. I don't know why I started talking about this, to be quite honest with you. There was something else I was going to mention here. Talking about what would make you walk away from a certain business. Now, I was on Reddit. Okay, I was talking about the whole bathroom thing. I lost my train of thought there. I apologize. I was talking about the whole bathroom thing. I was diving deep into redecorating my bathroom. I'm looking into different bathroom mats that would match the new shower curtain that I bought. Apparently, I bought the same shower curtain as Victor. I know everybody who listens to K-Bear, who only wants to listen to music, loves this type of thing. When either Victor or myself talk about mundane stuff, then they'll go on the K-Bear group and complain, I only listen to Spotify because I don't hear radio DJs talk about just mumbo jumbo on the air. My bad. I apologize. It's a show that I do here. That's how radio works. DJs drive the station, you know? I was talking with somebody about the whole YouTube music thing. It's quite crazy that they're having this AI DJ do trivia and stories on YouTube music, and he's going to be unskippable. So I feel like everything that people streaming is going to resort back to almost traditional radio, and it's going to be like a full circle moment where there's going to be unskippable ads on places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. And then pretty soon, everything's just going to sound like old-fashioned radio. Part of me is contemplating talking about this story on the air. It kind of should be uploaded to the Am I the Jerk subreddit. I was recently at a Walgreens. This whole post, for some reason, an r/trashy brought up the whole story again. I meant to talk about it earlier on, maybe like last week when it happened. I go to Walgreens from time to time to print out pictures. I'll hang them up on my picture wall. I'll frame them, hang them up, that sort of thing. So I'll go to Walgreens because they got a cool little photo section. I'll put in my my order through the app and then just go to this one right by my place, go to the counter, pick them up. But every single time you go to Walgreens, there's nobody at the photo counter. And usually there's like one associate manning the whole thing. And so this particular associate is in a wheelchair. And I feel like he's just helping out the customers at the front. There's a line of 3 or 4 customers. I know it's going to be a while for somebody to help me. But then a manager, what looks to be a manager, comes out from the aisle and starts walking around. And I don't know if she saw me standing at the photo counter, but she picks up a conversation with some lady. And I thought she did see me, and I thought she just ignored me and started talking with what I'm assuming is one of her friends just shopping at the store, or she's just being a helpful person, just chatting with them. But either way, I felt bad, so I'm like, you know what? I want to go home. I'm tired of waiting here. I hit that button on the counter that says, if you need assistance, please, press this button. So I did. And that button, if you're an introverted person, don't click that button. It'll stop the music in the entire store. And then you'll hear that robotic voice go, assistance needed in the photo department. Well, I pressed the button. I knew it was going to do that because I've pressed that button many times before, because usually there's never a person at the photo department. Very similarly to most stores, how there's never people at the electronics department. You have to go hunt somebody down. Sometimes you got to do that thing where you call the store phone number and see if somebody will pop up and call that. You call the store's phone number, and then you hit the number for electronics on when it says press 8 for electronics. You hit that button, and then the phone starts ringing, and then magically an associate pops up, and then you hang up and you go, oh, hey, how's it going? I need your help. Well, this Walgreens, I click the button, the whole thing goes off. This lady does that thing where I don't know if she wanted me to hear her or if she was only wanting her friend to hear her, but obviously I heard her say something along the lines of, can't you see I'm talking to somebody? Which is not the way you're supposed to do things, I don't think, right? I would have gotten in massive trouble working at In-N-Out if I were to, mouth to one of the customers like that. I feel like a Karen talking about this whole story. I should have uploaded this to the whole Am I the Jerk subreddit to see what exactly people would have said. Am I the jerk in that situation for pressing the button and cutting that conversation off? And when the lady came by, I felt bad. When the lady came to the counter, I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I leaned on the counter and completely forgot that button was there, and everything was fine after that. But still, that button, man. If you're an introverted person and you don't want the whole store's attention on you, don't go to Walgreens and hit the assistance needed button, because that'll just, set off the alarm almost hey, there's somebody there. They need help. Anyway, let's move on to some I Prevail, Violent Nature on K-Bear 101. Well, I guess there was this, what everyone thought was a gas leak over in Germany. A fire department finally found the root cause of this suspected gas leak. People kept detecting this strong gas smell, but each time the fire department arrived, they investigated, and their meters found no reading of harmful gas. In fact, there wasn't even a gas hookup anywhere in the immediate area. But when they responded to the scene for the fourth time, they finally figured out the culprit: an exotic fruit, a durian fruit, a notoriously pungent fruit found in Southeast Asia, was on the shelves of an Asian supermarket in the area. The powerful stench is known to resemble a noxious gas. The smell had apparently gotten into the store's ventilation system and billowed out into the neighborhood. Maybe we should stick those around town. Really just pull a prank on people. Put them around any place in Idaho Falls, Pocatello. See who will be the first Facebook group. Which town will have the first Facebook group to go, what is that smell? Does anyone else smell that toxic gas? By the way, also shout out to the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group. We had our very first How Are the Roads post earlier this morning. That's how you know winter's almost here. Again, this is one of those stories where you wonder why exactly they would steal something like this. How do you know? This could make a great... Okay, I now see the reason why for this one. This 58-year-old English woman, she was busted for shoplifting from a store called Mother's Goodies, which sells crystals, candles, and bath bombs. She was caught leaving the store without paying for the crystal ball that she stole and other items, including ornaments and greeting cards. She's due in court at a later date. It's unclear, though, what the punishment will be if she only had a crystal ball, But I was thinking, why exactly would you steal something like this? But then she probably thought, hey, you know what? This whole crystal ball thing's expensive. Let me just put it in my living room on display to impress my friends. Maybe that could be a thing. Or she stole it only because she wanted to see if it would work. Maybe that's the case. Everyone at least once thinks in their head, what exactly would I do if I won the lottery? Usually you think okay, I'll pay off my bills. I'll get my parents a new home, buy whatever I want to. We often hear cautionary tales about how lottery winners blow all of their money and fall on tough times. This sudden British millionaire not only lost a ton of money, but nearly lost his life. 39-year-old forklift driver won $1 million on a scratch-off lottery ticket, and he celebrated the Bert Kreischer way. He quit his job, partied nonstop for 3 months. While he knew the money would eventually come to an end, he never thought his life might too. All that partying led to a blood clot in his leg, which then spread to his lungs, almost killed him. He spent over a week in the hospital, credits the staff for saving his life. And then he goes on to this whole thing about how, though through it all, it says he learned a valuable lesson. It doesn't matter if you have 1 million, 100 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion. When you're in the back of an ambulance, none of it matters. I mean, it's technically like his fault. He was like, let me just party it on. I personally don't know what I would do. I mean, of course, I would do the same old usual. This is why I avoid those money questions for to each their own. Because I know for a fact, if I said, hey, if you won $10 million, what would you do? I would get 1 million answers that would just say pay off bills. And it wouldn't be fun. Got to give me an answer like what this guy did. Party it on for 3 months, almost die. I guess there's a lot of people having the same recurring dream that takes place in a giant maze-like mall or theme park. A lot of people are going on TikTok and Reddit realizing they've been having the eerily similar recurring dreams, all set to what they're now calling mall world. One TikToker described starting her dream on the second floor of a mall-like building with a huge staircase, always wondering how she's supposed to carry her laundry upstairs. She even recalled a mysterious man in a big hat who told her, we do this alone, you need to find your own way out. It's weird how dreams are so... What is it? What am I looking for? They make sense when you're having it, but when you're trying to explain it to somebody, you sound like a complete idiot. I was trying to explain to my girlfriend exactly one of my dreams that I had recently, and she just looked at me all puzzled, and I didn't know what really else to say. I'm like, yeah, that was the dream. That was it. And then dreams kind of stick with you. You ever think about somebody in a dream, or you ever have somebody in your dream that you haven't talked to in like years, and you want to reach out to them? There's that. I don't know. This was just something to talk about. Have you had a dream about Mall World recently? Maybe that should have been my to peach their own question. I got It's So New on the way at the top of next hour. A brand new track for me to play for you right now. Autumn Kings, they're awesome to see live. A song I like to call Heckbound. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.